Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Roman Reigns' trusted ally to finally bring order to the OG bloodline, exploring possible return for WWE Hall of Famer. In the world of WWE, few factions have captured the fan base's attention and dominated the storylines as powerfully as the bloodline. For years, Roman Reigns and his family have ruled the ring, asserting their dominance in ways both brutal and strategic. The storyline has seen twists, betrayals, and heart-wrenching moments, and as WWE continues to evolve the bloodline's narrative, fans are wondering if the time has come for a new, yet familiar face to return. A WWE Hall of Famer with ties to the bloodline who could be the key to restoring order and reasserting their legacy. For those who followed the saga closely, it's clear that the bloodline's once unbreakable foundation is showing cracks. Roman Reigns' cousins, the Usos, have turned against him, and while Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman remain by his side, the faction lacks the unity and purpose it once held. Many are calling for someone with the authority, experience, and family ties to step in and realign the bloodline's ranks. This leads to the possibility of a Hall of Famer stepping into the fray, someone with the respect of both Roman and the WWE Universe who could bring the bloodline back to its roots. One name that stands out above the rest: Rikishi. Rikishi, the father of Jimmy and Jey Uso, WWE Hall of Famer, and a member of the legendary Inoue family, is perfectly positioned to step into the bloodline storyline as a mentor and peacemaker. His return would be more than just a nostalgia boost. It would be a move that could bring a new depth to the storyline, blending family loyalty with the need for discipline. The potential for Rikishi's return has fans buzzing about how his character might fit into the fractured faction, and what role he could play in reshaping the bloodline's future. In WWE, timing is everything, and right now, the bloodline storyline is ripe for an intervention. Roman Reigns, once a dominant and untouchable force, has faced betrayals from his closest family members. The dissolution of trust with Jimmy and Jey has left a visible impact on the tribal chief. Solo Sikoa, who stands steadfastly by Reigns' side, is often caught in the middle, bound by family loyalty, but aware of the inner conflict tearing the family apart. Paul Heyman, meanwhile, is struggling to maintain order, but even his influence has its limits. The presence of a figure like Rikishi would not only bring gravitas to the story, but could potentially realign the motivations and direction of each member. Given that Rikishi is both Jimmy and Jey's father, his involvement would carry weight that no other figure could. He would bring an elder's perspective and wisdom to the situation, providing the emotional anchor that the bloodline desperately needs. In Samoan culture, family is sacred, and respect for elders is a core value. By stepping into this role, Rikishi would be representing both his son's interests and the broader Inoue family values, potentially reminding the bloodline of the true essence of their unity, loyalty, strength, and respect. Rikishi's return would not be without its challenges, and he would need to face Roman Reigns head-on. Over the past few years, Reigns has embodied his tribal chief persona with ruthless authority, punishing those who cross him. The idea of anyone challenging his leadership, especially a family elder, might push Reigns to confront some uncomfortable truths about his role as the head of the bloodline. An interaction between Rikishi and Reigns could be electrifying. Rikishi could call out Roman on the ruthless decisions he's made, reminding him that the bloodline's strength has always been in unity, not fear. Rikishi might confront Roman about alienating Jimmy and Jey, questioning whether the champion has prioritized his own power over family loyalty. For Reigns, who has carefully cultivated his dominance, such a conversation could force him to consider his motivations and responsibilities to the family. WWE fans know Reigns' character well enough to anticipate resistance. Roman wouldn't easily relinquish his position or accept criticism. However, Rikishi's unique role as both father and respected elder could place Roman in an unfamiliar position, one where he has to either humble himself or face potential repercussions from someone who won't back down. The clash of respect and authority would add another layer to Reigns' character development, revealing whether his quest for power will ultimately isolate him or push him towards self-reflection. If Rikishi were to return, he wouldn't just be there for Roman. He'd also address the fractured relationship between his sons, Jimmy and G, and their cousin. Rikishi's first priority would likely be Jimmy and G, whose love for their family has been complicated by Roman's actions. Both Usos have shown they can stand up to Roman, but they also struggle with loyalty and the pain of family betrayal. Rikishi's role as a father would enable him to address the emotions that Jimmy and Jay are feeling in a way that no one else can. He could remind them of the importance of family unity, explaining that, while Roman's actions have been harsh, there's still a chance to salvage the family's legacy if they stand together. This could create a unique alliance where Jimmy and Jay, with Rikishi's guidance, attempt to either reconcile with Roman or confront him to redefine the bloodline. Solo Sikoa, the youngest member of the bloodline, has been a loyal and silent enforcer for Roman. However, his internal loyalty to family is evident, and he often finds himself at odds with his brothers, Jimmy and G. Rikishi's return could be a turning point for Solo, providing him with a fatherly figure who represents the values he's been trying to uphold while serving Roman. Rikishi could act as a mentor for Solo, guiding him to understand the family's true principles and pushing him to consider what loyalty to family really means. This could create a rift between Solo and Roman, or it could even lead Solo to take on a mediating role, acting as a bridge between Roman and the Usos under Rikishi's guidance. Ultimately, Rikishi's return could be about more than just settling the bloodline's conflicts. It would be about restoring the Inoue family legacy. Rikishi could serve as the voice of the past, a reminder of the family's heritage and the values that have defined them for generations. His presence would bring a sense of tradition and honor that could reshape the narrative, moving it beyond mere factional infighting and toward a story about family legacy and loyalty. Through Rikishi's influence, the bloodline might rediscover its purpose, emphasizing honor over dominance, respect over fear. Rikishi could guide Roman back to the roots of their family values, creating a new phase for the bloodline in WWE that's about strength through unity rather than control. The WWE Universe is abuzz with the possibility of Rikishi's return. Fans recognize the emotional depth and dramatic impact he could bring to the bloodline storyline, and there's a collective excitement about seeing the Inoue family legend in the ring once again. Rikishi's role wouldn't be about physicality. It would be about heart, tradition, and family loyalty. For longtime fans, his presence would be a reminder of the history and culture that has shaped the bloodline, providing a satisfying blend of nostalgia and drama. As WWE potentially moves forward with a Rikishi return, the storyline possibilities are immense. Whether he manages to restore order or leaves a lasting message for the bloodline, Rikishi's involvement would honor the family's heritage, deepening the story that has captivated fans for years. For the bloodline, this would be more than a storyline. It would be a legacy realized.